Obiora answered Amaka, I ate the cake and drank the juice. But I want to know, Amaka, did you buy the juice and the cake and kept it at home by yourself? Or did Ruchi bought it herself? Amaka was shocked. You did what? She questioned Obiora. Please, why would you just go and take anything you see in the kitchen and eat just like that? Anyways, it was my friend Sandra that begged me to keep the juice and cake for her. She has kids at home and she doesn't want them to mistakenly eat the cake because something was actually added to that cake. Obiora stood there frozen. Amaka, why are you like this? Why didn't you make use of your brain sometimes? Obiora angrily shouted at Amaka. So your friend was worried about her children, but you're not worried about your own family, eh? What will it take you to tell Ruchi and I that lives with you in the same house that no one should eat the cake or drink a particular juice inside the fridge? It doesn't belong to you, but your friend. Eh? Amaka, you chose to keep quiet. And now, someone's life is in danger. How? Amaka questioned Obiora surprisingly. Obiora then told Amaka that Ruchi also ate that cake and drank the juice. And she couldn't even wake up this morning. I had to rush her to the hospital. Obiora told Amaka that up till now, Ruchi is still not awake. He threatened her that if anything happens to Ruchi, that she and her so-called friend will be arrested immediately. Obiora reminded her that it is illegal to bake such a cake, and it is even illegal to take hard drugs. Not more of when you put someone's life in danger because of it. Obiora told Amaka to get her dancing shoes because the police and the doctors will give her the beating tune she would dance to very soon. Amaka became terrified. Wait, it is illegal? She asked. I didn't know. Eh? So, what are the doctors saying about Ruchi? Is she going to be fine? Amaka became really scared. Obiora told her to go to the hospital herself and find out. He then instructed her to go to that kitchen and clean up all the juice and cake that had the hard drugs inside of it. She should do that first of all before he himself will mistakenly take one and join Ruchi at the hospital. Amaka quickly left and did as Obiora instructed her. By evening, when Obiora returned to the hospital, fortunately, Ruchi had woken up by then, and she was surprised to find herself at the hospital. Obiora then explained everything that happened, but he skipped the part of what happened at night between the two of them. By the next morning, Ruchi was discharged and she went home with Obiora. When she got home, Amaka welcomed her and apologized to her. for making her sick unintentional. Sapruchi didn't have a choice. She accepted the apology and entered her room to rest. When she entered her room, she found out that it was properly cleaned and the last bed sheet she changed is nowhere to be found. As Sapruchi stood there inside her room, wondering what happened to her bed sheet, Obora came inside her room and told her to calm down and rest. Sapruchi then asked about the bed sheet she changed. That same day was the day she changed that same bed sheet, and the bed sheet wasn't even dirty. So, who now changed it to this one? Obora told her that he was the one that changed it for her. Unfortunately, he got turned as he was about to remove it from the bed. Obora said to her and apologized and told her to make use of the one she's seen. Sapruchi didn't read meaning to anything. She didn't even bother herself. She accepted and went to bed and rest. Meanwhile, Sapruchi's mother, her sickness is not yet cured. Yes, Obora gave Sapruchi 1.5 million naira. He helped with the mother's medical bills because she has been staying in the hospital for long without making payments. But the money is not yet complete for her surgery. And her salary will never be enough for Sapruchi's mother to go do the surgery. 2 months later, after that incident, one fateful day, Sapruchi received a call. It was from the village. One of her siblings told her that their mother's condition got very bad, and the doctor said that their mother need an urgent surgery. If not, she wouldn't make it the next 24 hours. Sapruchi then asked how much it would cost, and she was told 6 million naira. Sapruchi didn't know when she shouted and attracted Amaka to the kitchen. Amaka then asked her what was going on and why she was shouting. Sapruchi told her the news she just got. She told Amaka that if she doesn't make a deposit of 3 million naira right now, she might lose her mother forever. Which was the main reason why she came to the city to hustle and work. And she also abandoned her education. Now, her mother is dying. She told Amaka that she just finished talking with one of her siblings and her mother is in a very bad condition. Sapruchi cried and begged Amaka for help. But Amaka didn't seem bothered. Even as she seen how Sapruchi was crying, Amaka only managed to sympathize with Sapruchi. "Chai, so sorry," Amaka said to her. "I wish I can help you, but I can't. You know the situation of things in this country. Eh? Goods, everything are so expensive every day. My dear, I can't help you, but God will help you. God will help you, my dear. Don't worry. He will send angels that will help you. He's in control." Amaka left afterwards. Sapruchi became devastated. Who to run to, she doesn't know. Who to save her from this mess, she doesn't even know. Sapruchi couldn't even walk again. She even forgot that she put food on the gas. She sat on the floor, crying. When Obora walked in on her. He asked her what the problem was and why she's sitting down on the floor crying. As Obiora was standing there asking her those questions, he perceived something burning so seriously, but Sopruchi didn't. He then asked Sopruchi if she kept something on the gas. She said yes, remembering that she was actually cooking. Obiora rushed and removed the pot of food. Do you want to burn down the whole house? He questioned Sopruchi angrily. What is wrong? But you seem distracted. What is going on? Talk to me, Sopruchi. Sopruchi then replied him, I don't understand what is going on with me, sir. For some days now, I don't perceive anything, and it is weird. That is why I didn't even perceive the food that was burning. This one is somehow, this kind of thing have never happened to me before. Plus, I got a disturbing news few minutes ago about my mother. Sir, my mother is in danger and I don't know what to do. The doctors are demanding 6 million naira. But if I can be able to deposit 3 million, they will go ahead and do the surgery. Then I can run around for the remaining 3 million. Sir, I don't know how I can raise such huge amount of money in less than 24 hours or I lose my mother. The whole thing is making me to go crazy. Obiora then told Sopruchi not to worry herself. He will do his part and God will do the rest. He took out his phone and he quickly transferred 10 million naira to Sopruchi. When Sopruchi got the alert, she was shocked. 10 million. Sir, I think you did a mistake. Oh. What my mother needs is just 6 million. What you paid is 10 million. Sir, you overpaid. Sopruchi said to Obiora, Sir, please, I will go to the bank now, so that I can refund you. Obiora calmed her down and said to her, the 10 million naira is for you. I did not make any sort of mistake, my dear. The money is for you. And I want to beg you for something. Just keep it a secret between us. Okay? Don't let your madam know that I gave you such a huge amount of money. She will not take it lightly. She will think you jazzed me. So please, make use of the money wisely. If you choose to stop working, there is no problem. Use the 6 million to sort your mother's bill and use the remaining 4 million and set yourself up or take your siblings back to school. You know what to do with the remaining money. I don't need to tell you. I just don't want you to be sad. You don't deserve all of this happening to you. We didn't come in this world to suffer differently. But when we want to extend help, we can extend without looking back. As Obiora was talking, Sopruchi started to cry and was shedding tears of joy. Wow, you're such a kind man. I've never met a man so kind and caring like you. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Obiora was forced to clean her tears. White tears was coming out of his own eyes. Obiora couldn't hold it any longer. He ran off to his room and locked the doors, crying and shouting, I messed up. I messed up. Kai. Obiora immediately picked up his phone and called his lawyer friend DK on the phone. What can I do to remove this guilt from my body? Obiora said to DK, I can't even stay close to her for long without breaking down in tears. Dike asked him where is the problem and where he is. Obiora replied that he is at home. Dike then asked him to calm down, that he's coming to him. Few minutes later, Dike arrived at Obiora's house and went inside his room to meet him. Guy, what is this? Eh? Why are you doing this to yourself? I have told you several times to tell her the truth and set yourself free. Why hold on to something that is already haunting you as if you killed someone, bro? You are avoiding her like a plague. You can't even sit in the same environment with her. You kept on avoiding her like mad. Bro, this is not you. Set yourself free. I am not free. Dike, I don't think I will ever be free after what I just found out. This house almost got burnt down. Guess what? She didn't even perceive that something was burning at her back. The food she was cooking today burnt to ashes and she didn't perceive even one bit. Guy, if you know that I came back, it would be another story. My house would have been burned down with her inside. Dike, I messed up. These are signs of pregnancy. I think she's pregnant and she doesn't even know about it. Now tell me, how do you think I am free? Even if I tell her the truth, guy, I am not yet free. I'm not a free man. How can I tell her I broke her virginity and got her pregnant by mistake? Seriously, Dike, think about this very well and tell me what responsible thing a man like me would do right now. Dike, I am screwed. She will hate me and she will leave my house. Bro, I don't want her to leave my sight even for a second. At the same time, I don't want to lose my marriage. I love my wife. I don't want to lose her. I want to lose the two most important women in my life. Come on. What other mess is better than this? Like my life is ruined. Obiora. Dike called out to him. You are in a very big mess. True, you are. But, bro, there is no smoke without fire. Obiora, your friend here, Dike, your lawyer, will help you and we are going to make the right decision. But you will have to tell Sopuruchi what happened that night by yourself. Me, I will not be the one to do that. In fact, I won't even get involved at all. As for your wife, I don't think you should bother much about that one. Her own case is different, sha. Na story for another day. But I will still help you to sort it out. I promise. Obiora then made up his mind to tell Sopuruchi about the night they spent together. Sopuruchi, on her own part, was so grateful for the 10 million naira Obiora gave her that day. She even called Somto to share the good news. Somto couldn't hold her excitement. She asked Sopuruchi if she can come over so they can thank Obiora properly. Sopuruchi told her to come over and she did. But Sopuruchi came over when the lawyer friend was talking to Obiora to tell Sopuruchi the truth about that night. Then, when Sonto came over, she and Sopuruchi wanted to go thank Obiora for the money he gave Sopuruchi. But when they got to the door, they now overheard their discussion. Sopuruchi was shattered. She didn't even remember anything of such happening. She was so confused at the same time on what Obera was talking about. Sonto, being the street girl, opened the door furiously after she overheard what she overheard. She was so angry. So, all the good you were doing to my friend, you had an ulterior motive behind it, eh? Obiora, I knew it. That is why anytime Sopuruchi always tell me how nice and caring and kind you are, that the only thing that spoils it is that you are not happy in your marriage and you are not happy because of your wife's attitude. I used to warn Sopuruchi to stay in her limits and mind her business because I don't trust men, especially when they are too nice. Eh? Are you now seeing the results? Are you seeing the results now? Eh, Sopuruchi, please explain to us how you took my friend's virginity because two of us are both confused. Did you drug her or what? Better start talking, oh. I will call the police, oh. I don't like when someone is keeping quiet when I ask a question. It was then Sopuruchi remembered the hospital incident. She then told Somto when she woke up at the hospital that day, Obiora told her about the juice and the cake that they drank and ate, that he had hard drugs in it. Sopuruchi then, who was devastated, calmly asked Obiora if it was that night that the whole thing happened. DK gave Obiora eye sign to use the opportunity and tell the whole truth. Obiora then first cleared the air. I am a very responsible man. Everything I did for you, Sopuruchi, I did it out of love and the purest of my heart. I have no bad intention towards you. This is who I am. I'm a giver and I will continue to be. Yes, something happened between us that night that we both watched football. You remember that my wife claimed that the cake and juice that we ate was for her friend. She had no idea we would eat it, she claimed. But she had an idea that something was inside of the cake. But the hard drugs, I didn't tell you that it also contained sexual enhancement, whatever it is called. It boosts urge to have sex. So that was why we couldn't hold ourselves. The next morning, I woke up. I noticed traces of blood on the bed. And you couldn't even move. After I rushed you to the hospital, I had to change the bed sheets and burn them. I don't know what came to my mind. I don't know. I just couldn't tell you. I couldn't bring myself to tell you when you woke up. That you lost everything because of me, obviously. It wasn't intentional. Sopuruchi, I didn't do this. I did not. I didn't mean for me to hurt you. I didn't mean for you to lose your right as a woman like this. I am so sorry. And I didn't mean for you to find out like this. We both did what we had to do because of what we took. The blame is not entirely mine, but I'm taking it because I saw you lost something precious to you. I am sorry, Sopuruchi. But regardless of the outcome, I am fully prepared and ready. Sopuruchi broke down in tears. She cried so hard. I never liked boys in that manner. My mother warned me, avoid them. They are devils incarnate. Now, even after avoiding them, even though boys are mainly my friends, I was so wise. Now this, and it's 100% possible I might be pregnant. What? Amaka shouted, standing by the room door. You are pregnant? For who? In my own house? Ike replied to Amaka and boldly tell her that Sopuruchi might be pregnant. They are not sure yet if she is. And if they find out she's actually pregnant, you, Amaka, is the cause of it. Keeping brownies in your house without letting the people living with you know what you kept, that is illegal and you can be arrested for it. So Amaka, tell me what and what you and your so-called friend do after eating those cake and brownies and the juice that you laced too. Amaka shouted at Dike to keep his mouth shut. She then dragged Sopuruchi and slapped her so hard, calling her husband snatcher. Amaka said a lot of despicable things to Sopuruchi. She then wanted to slap her again for the second time when Somtochukwu stopped her. Are you crazy? Somto shouted at her. So, if I leave you now, you will raise your hand and hit my sister again. You dey crazy? Are you mad? Eh? Madam Amaka or whatever you call yourself. You don't see the pain my sister is in already. She's the victim here. You caused all of this and you will pay dearly for it. Instead of you to stand there, apologize, you are hitting her and calling her your husband snatcher. Are you not ashamed of yourself? What is a married woman doing with brownies in her house? If you try to raise your hand on my sister again, time, I will show you small grace for here. See, I be street girl. I know they look anybody face. I grew up in the streets and you won't like it if I give you a little taste on how street life be. No trial, no trial. It can be very dirty. Amaka wasn't moved. She then threatened that she was once a street girl too. And a street girl is always a street girl, no matter what happens. Amaka went ahead to threaten Somto that if she makes one phone call, she will be picked up instantly. Amaka started to boast of her connections and how connected she is. She went on and on. When Obora had to shut her up, he ordered Amaka to apologize to Sopuruchi that minute. But Amaka didn't agree. She refused totally. She said she won't try such a thing. Amaka started to rain insults on Sopuruchi again, telling her how she came as a disguise of a chef and came to snatch her husband away from her. Now all her plan won't work. Her juju will never work. Amaka started to badmouth Sopuruchi so badly that DK couldn't hold it any longer. He lashed out at Amaka. See who is talking. Are you innocent, eh? Amaka, are you innocent? You are busy saying so many bad things and shameful and despicable things to Sopuruchi. Are you of any good? Married woman for mouth. DK was so furious. He questioned Amaka. Well, what I'm going to say now may not be good to any of your ears, especially you, my friend Obiora. I am so sorry, but I have respected our friendship and kept the bro code. I didn't intend to destroy your marriage. That is why I've been quiet all this while. But you see this woman here talking all sorts of bad things, saying all sorts of mean things to this innocent girl, as if she's of any good. I won't keep quiet anymore and I will never let it happen. No, I won't. Obiora anxiously asked DK what he's talking about. That was when DK broke the coconut and the water started to flow. Amaka is a public toilet that anybody uses whenever they like. DK dropped the bomb. Calm down, Obiora. Let me explain. Yes, your wife is doing modeling. How do you think she gets thousands of contracts back to back? Is she the only one doing modeling in this world? Eh? Why do you think she's getting booked back to back? Eh? Some people are lucky, but her own to do is too much. Obiora, your wife doesn't get those contracts. If it is 10, she does not get 9.5 free. Ask her, she's here. I'm not trying to hide my mouth. I am telling you the facts. Remember, I'm a lawyer and I have connections to do some digging. Your wife, she doesn't use her eye to see big bola. If she sights one, if she sights that you have big one, forget it. Amaka will chase you till she gets you, including me, your friend. I follow for the line. She chased me. But when she found out that I'm not an easy ride, she backed out. She was that shameful to have go to that length of chasing your best friend. After that incident, I had to do some more investigation on top your wife's head. That was when I found out that Amaka like men. Not the other way, when men will be chasing you as a very fine woman, wey fine. Men go dey chase you because say you fine and they want to give you work after they don knack you. No, your loving wife here is the one that is doing the chasing. She chases men like raining water. The day she tried it on me, I resisted and I did some digging, and it turns out your wife dey do oo. And she's not alone. She has an accomplice, her best friend Sandra. Well, Obiora, the two of them are lele, they are lesbians, but they are the type that like men. If man dey, they go do am together. If man no dey, the two of them will enjoy themselves. That is how far your wife have gone. Obiora, I am not saying all of these things without evidence. So I have foolproof evidence. But my guy, You won't like this evidence at all. Obiora just sat on the floor crying. He saw how Amaka wasn't even denying any of it. Dike now showed him the evidence, and it turns out to be the video of her, her best friend Sandra, and the gateman doing the do. Obiora nearly fainted. He stood up in shock and questioned Amaka if this is the reason why she doesn't want to give birth. Amaka at first was so embarrassed. She didn't even bother to answer any question. Obiora was disappointed. Sopuruchi just stood up from there and left with Somto. Obiora confronted Amaka, but Amaka was so embarrassed. But few minutes later, she changed her mood and didn't even feel remorse. She only told Obiora that she has been managing him. She told Obiora he's not even good in bed and she's not interested in their marriage anymore. That if this marriage will break up the relationship she has with her friend Sandra, that she's willing to let the marriage go. She immediately, in front of Dike and Obiora, packed her bags and left. Meanwhile, Somtochukwu made Sopuruchi to take the pregnancy test, and it turns out Sopuruchi was really pregnant. When Obiora found out, he proposed to Sopuruchi to marry him so she won't bear the shame of getting unwanted pregnancy. Before marriage, people will not mock her. But Sopuruchi refused the offer. She told Obiora, I knew you were a kind man. My instincts were never wrong. A good man and a caring man. But Obiora, I can't marry you. I will keep the child and you will be responsible for it. I want more in life. I want to go back to school and I can't let pregnancy deprive me from achieving that. I have so many goals in life. If I get married to you, I'm not sure I can achieve 1/4 of those goals. Let us keep it simple. Please, I won't remove the child. I will take full responsibility for him or her, or you will be part of the baby's life. But I'm not going to marry you. In the future, if fate brings us together to get married, fine, I will accept it as God's will. But for now, I can't marry you, Obiora. Obiora was so grateful to her and promised to keep his own part of the bargain by being part of the child's life and making sure she lacked nothing during the pregnancy. 9 months later, Sopuruchi delivered a bouncing baby boy. Her mother did her surgery and survived it. Obiora set Somtochukwu up for life by giving her a huge amount of money. After Sopuruchi delivered the baby, she then went back to school to finish up her university level. Hello besties, do you think Sopuruchi should have married Obiora before going back to school? Did she make the right decision pursuing her own dreams before talking about anything marriage? I'll be in the comment section and I would love to hear your opinions, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of the story. More is coming your way. Please kindly give this story a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. Share with your friends and family, please. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Please do. See you on the next one. Goodbye and God bless you.